Greetings and welcome to part 6 of the saxophone series using essential elements. For this one we're going to be looking at the purple belt for band karate. It's going to be focusing on numbers 90 through 106 in your essential elements book, starting on page 18. So let's get right into it. The first song, number 90, is Purple Belt. This is variations on a familiar theme. It talks about a theme and variations. So a theme is a melody, okay? And a variation is that melody messed around with. So the melody or the theme on number 90 is Twinkle Twinkle Little Star. Then the variations is similar to Twinkle Twinkle Little Star, but they add extra notes, extra rhythms to make it sound different and more interesting. Some things to consider when practicing this one, since I've done this with many kids, is first of all, make sure you check the key signature, which is F sharp. So when you have those two Fs on the second line, middle finger. The other thing to keep in mind is your rhythm is very important. A lot of kids, when they see variation 1, they play this. They're not taking into account that you start off quarter, eighth, eighth quarter, eighth, eighth quarter, eighth, eighth half note. Alright, so just make sure you're really focusing on playing the right lengths of notes, besides just the right notes themselves. 91 in your book, Banana Boat Song, has a concept called DC al fine. DC is an abbreviation for da capo. And da capo in Italian is the head. It's telling you to go to the beginning of the song, and then al fine until finish. Okay, fine in Italian looks like fine. That means the end. So in this case, in the Banana Boat Song, you're going to go beginning to the end. Then you see it says DC al fine. Then you go back to the beginning, and then you end where it says fine, which has a little double bar there, so you double can see where that's going to be. Notice your key signature is F sharp, so middle finger Fs. 4/4 is your time signature, so 4 beats in every measure. Moderato is your tempo, so just a nice medium. Forte for your beginning dynamic level, and then most of the rest of it is mezzo forte, so medium loud. Page 19, it talks about a sharp. Well, you've had a sharp, right? Remember F sharp was one of the first Fs you learned. It says a sharp sign raises the pitch of a note by a half step. It says a C sharp sounds a half step above C, and all Cs become sharp for the remainder of the measure where they occur, which is a little confusing. So let's talk about a sharp. We've talked about sharps, flats, and naturals. Every note, there's a sharp version, a natural version, and a flat version of it. Okay? You've learned the Fs, right? F natural, first finger, F sharp, second finger. For this one, we're going to be learning C sharp. So C was middle finger. C sharp is no fingers. No fingers at all. Here's the difference. C sharp. So notice that C sharp sounds a little bit higher than C natural, which is what they're trying to tell you, is sharp notes are going to sound higher than naturals. Flat notes are going to sound lower than naturals. Figure the natural is like your regular, okay? And then sharp a little higher, flat a little lower, okay? Natural right in the middle. Here's 92, Razor's Edge. 93 is called the music box. This is moderato, so medium tempo. It's piano in the dynamic, so nice, fairly quiet. 3/4 time, F sharp in the key signature. This one is using C sharps. All your C's are going to be sharpened here, but let's talk a little bit about it. It starts off, it goes C sharp, A, C sharp. There's no sharp sign on that second C. But remember, when you put an accidental, when you put a sharp, flat, or natural sign on a note, it carries through for the rest of that measure. That's why, because the first one in that measure is C sharp, the second one has to be C sharp too. C sharp, A, C sharp, D, B, E, D, B, A, C sharp, A, C sharp, etc. Okay, let's play this one. 95 and 96, we're using another new concept called a slur. So look at the box right above 95. It says slur, a curved line which connects notes of a different pitch. Tongue only the first note in a slur. So we had ties starting at number 59, where you took two notes that were the same and you made them into one long note. This is very similar, except now you have two different notes. So you keep blowing, but you move your fingers too. Okay? Normally 95, if there was no slur, you would play. Notice I tongued every note. With the slur, you're only going to tongue the first note of the slurred notes. So I'm going to tongue the D, but not the tied C. And then I'm going to tongue the B, but not the tied C. I'm going to tongue the D, but not the tied B. And then I'm going to tongue the A. Gliding along, now you're slurring four notes. So in this one, you're going to tongue the D, but not the C, B, and C. You're going to tongue the next D, but not the C, B, C. Then you're going to tongue the A. Very smooth and connected. Turn the page with me. Page 20, number 99. Wow, we're almost at 100. Take the lead. We have another F sharp. This is high F sharp. Same fingering as your other F, but add the thumb, the octave key. Looking at 99, your key signature has a sharp on the F, so it means all your Fs are sharp. 4/4 time. Look at number 102, Satin Latin. This is your next purple belt song. And there's a lot of things in here. First of all, look above there in the box. It has a new key signature. And you notice in there you have a sharp sign on the F, and then you have a sharp sign on the C space. That means all your Fs are middle finger sharp, all your Cs are zero finger C. Now they could add natural signs to the note and change it on you, but in this case they're not. So Satin Latin, all your Fs must be played middle finger. All your C's must be played no finger. The other thing to note in this one is the multiple measure rest they talk about in that orange box. It says the number above the staff tells you how many full measures to rest. Count each measure of rest in sequence. So if you have a 2, you count 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 2, 3, 4. If the number above the bar there was 4, you go 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 2, 3, 4, 3, 2, 3, 4, 4, 2, 3, 4. We want to change that first number to help us keep our place in where we're resting. Otherwise, you might go 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. I don't know which number rest I'm on. So changing that number really helps. You may find that you have 20 or 30 measures rest. You just count them. You won't have that for a while now, believe me. So Satin Latin is allegro, mezzo forte. for the whole thing. You have a multi-measure rest at the end of the first line. And again, the F sharp and C sharp are very important. One, two, three, four, two, two, three, You have some whole notes tied together. Remember, 2 whole notes tied together means you're holding that note for 8 beats. Get those lungs moving. Let's move over to page 21. Let's look at 105. The key signature in here, you have F sharp and C sharp. 2/4 time signature, so 2 beats in the measure. So all your C's are going to be no fingers. But, look in the third measure. There's a natural sign on that C. So that means you're going to play middle finger regular C. Okay, C natural. So on this one, let's go through the notes. It's going to be D, C sharp, D, A, B, C natural, B, A, C natural, B, A, B, C natural, C sharp, D. Notice the third measure from the end. You have a C natural followed by a C sharp. They had to put that C sharp on there because if they didn't, you'd have to play 2 C naturals because the first one would be natural. But they wanted it C sharp, so they put the sharp sign on there. Here's 105. Is your last purple belt song. It's called Marche Militaire. Let's take a look at it. F sharp in the key signature, so all your C's are natural unless they tell you otherwise. It's allegro, so fairly fast. Forte goes to mezzo forte halfway through the first line for your volume. 2/4, I think we said, 2 beats in the measure. Now, a couple things to look at on here. The first 2 measures, we go G, D, C sharp. So make sure that you use those accidentals of C sharp. Make sure you have C sharp for the first 2 measures there. The 5th measure, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, it goes D, and then there's a C with a natural sign in parentheses. What that is it's a courtesy. What that is the composer saying, I put C natural in my key signature. So you know you're supposed to play C natural. But for the first bit of the song, I put C sharps and no C natural. So you might be confused and you might want to play C sharp for the whole song. So I'm going to put that little reminder there that you're really supposed to be C natural. They didn't have to put that there, but sometimes they'll do that just to be nice to you. All right, here's Marche Militaire. I'm sorry, let me start that one again. Careful of on this one is that when you get to that part where you have that courtesy accidental, the D, C, B, A, G, make sure your quarter notes are longer. Should I say longer than your 8th notes? A lot of kids like to play this. So you just got to make sure you're really paying attention to that rhythm on here, okay? So the long, short, short, long, short, short, long, short, 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 long. So that ends the purple belt portion of this. The next one's going to focus on the blue belt. So keep on practicing. We'll see you next time.